Welcome, Wisconsin literacy teachers and literacy leaders. I'm Barb Novak. I'm one of the literacy consultants at the Department of Public Instruction, and this is a portion of our fourth webinar in a series about reading foundational skills. Webinar 4 is focused specifically on the alphabetic principle and phonics, and I am joined here today by Shelley Lentz, who is the literacy coach in Belleville, and she works primarily in 4K through grade 2. So Shelley is here to tell us the story of where Belleville is right now with phonics instruction and a little bit about how they got there. So we are recording this on January 29th, 2021. So tell us a little bit about your instructional context in Belleville right now, Shelley.
Yeah, so our 4K through second graders have been both in the building, hybrid or virtual, since the beginning of the year. Our hybrid students go half days, either morning or PM. And we have decided with our virtual students this year that we have done phonics completely asynchronous, using tools such as Screencastify and Seesaw.
Awesome. And how did you come to that decision? How did you decide on phonics as the asynchronous virtual content?
Yeah, so we had some other content areas that we felt really needed to be delivered live, either for engagement or understanding purposes. And we felt that phonics, the instruction itself lended itself well to be asynchronous. And it also provided us the ability to really get one-on-one formative assessments for each student. Where in a whole group live lesson, you might not get to hear the nuances from each of the students.
Got it. That makes sense. So across the course of a week, the way that the curriculum materials you're using are set up, across the course of a week, students work their way through a gradual release of responsibility model that ensures explicit instruction. So let me just share my screen here so we can talk a little bit about what that gradual release looks like. Okay, can you see my screen now, Shelley?
Yes.
Okay, so we start, what you see in the left-hand column is that overall process for gradual release. So your first lesson on Monday names the skill and builds the rationale. So do you want to just tell us a little bit about what that looks like?
Yeah, so there's a focus skill or a focus sound each week. So that first day is really mainly modeling for students. So we introduce that sound. We make the link between the sound and the letter or letters that it stands for. We also, we practice blending words. We model that using that focus sound or skill. We have a shared reading piece that we do, and we also introduce any new high frequency words for the week.
Okay, and about how long does that take, do you think?
It's about 15 minutes.
Okay. And then that recording is always there for students to go back to at any point during the week as well.
Yes.
And then where do you go on Tuesday?
On Tuesday, or sometimes phonics sometimes is only 3 days a week, depending on right now in our pandemic world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's 5 days. So usually we have like 3 more instruction heavy days and 2 other kind of supplementary days, just so we can mirror the virtual and the hybrid environments. So usually after like that introduction, the modeling, we go into some of the guided practice. So there's more building and blending words using the focus skill of the week, but also including some spiral skills from the previous 3 to 4 weeks. There's usually a shared drawing and writing piece that is linked to the shared reading text from the first day.
Okay.
We do some sound spelling practice with identifying beginning or ending sounds. We practice L. Conan boxes as whole groups. And then there's some different phoneme isolation activities that vary throughout the week where we might be saying sounds and asking children to identify different things, whether it's pulling out onset and rhyme, beginning sounds, ending sounds, using sounds to write and blend those words, things like different activities like that.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the week, if we notice that a student is struggling with something, we always have small groups to reinforce or reteach skills. And that's where you can get a little more of the one-on-one with students if they need further practice with Alconin boxes to stretch words. And another thing that's unique to our curriculum that we use is they have a push and pull approach. So they have, for each kind of activity that we do, they have specific things that you can model, but also practice. So they say you push and pull, you model, then you go into the practice column, and then you would go back into the modeling if kids are struggling and go back into the practice.
Okay.
And so our student practice column always includes some of those spiral review skills to ensure that we don't have decay of learning and we're working towards mastery.
And that they're starting to really merge their understanding of those skills and their ability to apply those skills. They're really able to merge that all together.
Yes. Yeah, we really want to make sure that it's not, we're introducing this, we're working on it for a week, and then we're just expecting that they have it, because we know that it can take about 6 weeks for a student to work towards mastery.
Mm-hmm. And those errors and attempts during those 6 weeks tell us so much about what students have and what students still need more of. I think
Exactly.
it's really exciting to be able to look back at that.
Yes, it is.
The other thing I'm noticing is that we've been talking about in these webinars as well is that phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, alphabetic principle, and phonics don't develop discretely. They're really developing very much simultaneously. And I'm pretty sure we're seeing that come through in the way that you're describing the guided practice, Shelley, that the students are moving around and developing their understanding of the phoneme, the printed letter, and that sound letter correspondence really intentionally, but all at the same time.
Absolutely. We really want them to make links with all of that.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't asked you this question yet. Are you working on letter formation? Not necessarily like correct handwriting, but are you working on letter formation during this time too? Or is that happening at another time?
We do it during this time as well, and a lot of it comes naturally. So when we're modeling something, or like in the instance of the shared drawing and writing, we make sure to use that path of movement language for letter formation, and kind of call kids to work on that as well, and to give some extra practice with that.
Awesome. And for the corrective feedback, you're using Seesaw's the tool you're using, right? So students submit, they get prompts in the videos with directions for what to submit in Seesaw, and then you're able to quickly view those and figure out who might need individual instruction, who might be able to be grouped together for instruction, and who might need enrichment.
Yes, Seesaw has been really useful for that. We've used the microphone and the video tools a lot. So for instance, students have the ability to build and blend words using the microphone tool. So then as the teacher, you can view exactly their process for how they built that word, and then hear them blending it as if they were right in front of you live. So that has been really helpful for formative assessment.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's 30 seconds to 60 seconds per kid. We're not talking about hours of video footage.
No, absolutely not. It's a really easy, quick check-in each day.
Awesome. So let's talk about the teaching for transfer, because we know that we need to explicitly and systematically teach the skills and the individual and discrete skills that are part of phonemic awareness and phonics, with the goal of transferring those into reading text and creating text. So the first place you have students practice this application is in decodable text, right?
Yes.
And we have a video of of Shelley's lesson, and this lesson would come at the end of the week, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this video clip. Shelley, you let me know right away if you can't hear it, okay?
Okay.
I think I have it set up correctly. So this is happening at the end of the week, and students are intentionally transferring not just the focus skill from that week, but also you'll see other skills that have been learned at previous times being transferred in as well. So in the pre-recorded video that you're about to see from the asynchronous instruction, Shelley is going to show students model for students how to use the decodable text to apply blending from the focus sound or the target sound of the week, the target skill of the week, but also some other examples of blending. So students remember that they can use that skill not just with the new sounds from and letters from the week, but with any sounds and letters from the week. Shelley, did you want to add anything?
No, I think that covers it pretty well. I
Okay.
also try to remind them about other reading strategies that they can utilize as well when they're reading.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to read a story in your phonics book. So you need to get out your phonics book and open up to page 18. And the story is called Can We Fit? If you need to go find your phonics book, pause the video and do that now. We're going to remember while we're reading that there are some high frequency words that we know that we've practiced. And there's also words that we can solve by looking at the sounds and blending the sounds. There's a lot of sounds we've been practicing, and you guys have been doing an amazing job blending those sounds together to read the words. Can we fit? Fit is one of the words we practiced blending this week. It, fit. That maybe can help us while we're reading today. It, oh, it. I think this word is it. It is a, I wonder what this word could be. I see that it starts with the letter B. B, I know, goes b, like bear. I'm also going to look at the picture, and I'm noticing a box. So I'm thinking that maybe that word is going to be box. Let's look closely and see if it might match. Box. Box. I think it's right. I'm going to go back and reread to make sure. It is a box. Did that look right and make sense? Yeah. I can fit. It is a box. Sam can fit. I'm already noticing that this part was the same on both of these pages. I wonder if it will be like that on the next page. It is a box. Tim, this must be Tim. Tim can fit. It is a box. We can fit. It is fun. Fun. It is fun. Great job, friends. I had to do some work with that, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to reread it one more time to see if I can make it sound a little bit more like talking. You can read with me. Can we fit? It is a box. I can fit. It is a box. Sam can fit. It is a box. We can fit. It is fun.